Hello everyone and welcome to Pla-Nation. Today we'll be taking a look at Plaiobot's Gurren Lagann made by Sentinel Works. Now as for this model kit's design, how accurate is it to the actual show? Well, it's pretty faithful for the most part, although you can see there are some liberties taken with the design. In the TV show and in the designs, it's a more rounded shape, whereas for this model kit, it's a more sharper, angular look. I mean, particularly around like the legs, for example, they're a much sharper, much more angular, whereas in the show design, it's more like a squarish, round kind of look. We can see the same for around the chest area and the crotch. Now, apart from that sharper, more angular look, there isn't a great deal of difference between what we actually see in the anime for this kit. Now, if you're going to pick up this kit, you have to keep in mind that while the colour separation is generally quite good, there is a lot of stickers, and I mean a lot of big stickers that you're going to have to use in this kit, unless you have the equipment and skills to actually paint this kit, which I would highly recommend over actually using stickers. If you have a look at, say, the skirt armour, that's all stickers there. We have 3 champagne coloured ones on the top and 3 of a flat gold on the bottom. Also, if you have a look at the shoulder armour, you'll notice we have a decent sized sticker for the Gurren symbol, as well as the shield. It's got that champagne and that gold colour accenting the shoulder pads there. You'll also notice that there's a lot of pre-painted parts here. Like for example, the entire head is pretty much pre-painted. Like the crest, the face where the lips and eyes are all pre-painted. Then on the chest, you'll see like the eyes are pre-painted. The turquoise colouring is pre-painted. The teeth is pre-painted. Although interestingly enough, the cockpit on the inside there is actually another sticker. If we have a quick close look at it. See that in there is all one sticker? Well, it's actually 2 stickers, one for the top and one for the bottom. If you also have a look at the wings here, we have these big gold wraparound stickers. I'm not a big fan of these because it's kind of hard to apply and it doesn't always look good. So if you're putting it on there and you're not spot on, it's not going to look real great. And also stickers tend to peel. Like for example here, I feel like this tail part was the most difficult. As you can see, I didn't quite get it right. So yeah, not particularly happy about that part there. Another part I also dislike is these little silver stickers that you find on the toe. On the toe here, the knee, the skirt armour. There should be one for the crest here, but I couldn't get it in there, so I eventually gave up after many attempts. There's also one for the elbow, and on the back here you can see we still have a couple more of those stickers. All in all, I'd recommend probably not using those silver stickers. If you're going to use any stickers at all, I'd just ignore them, not even put them on, because it does cover up a bit of detail in there anyway, and the silver stickers don't look that good on it. Other than the mention of those stickers, I feel like the colour separation on here is pretty decent. There's no major flaws that I can see of. All in all, I'm very impressed with the sharp angular look, the detail. The colour separation is pretty decent. It's overall a great kit and it looks pretty much almost fantastic in whatever pose you put it in. Any pose, dynamic pose, is just going to look fantastic on your shelf. Now, as for the articulation of the kit, it does have pretty fantastic articulation, like you get a full knee bend here. As for the feet, there's not a great deal going on there. We pretty much get our swivel left to right. As you can see, it's not even a ball joint, it's just a straight up and down. Actually, I think there might be a ball joint in the foot if I remember correctly. One thing is you can't quite get a full bend there. It is a 90-degree bend, but even when I say tried to put in a kneeling pose, it was a bit awkward and I couldn't quite manage it. The skirt arm is on a ball joint. Rotates fairly well, but you will have to move it to get some of those leg poses in. Now taking a closer look at that hip joint, just pull off his skirt armour, which I've dropped on the ground. You see there's a ball joint in there. Without the skirt armour we can get a full high kick. Can't quite go that far backwards because the butt flap kind of interferes. There's a single joint in the elbow, a ball joint for the shoulder here. Whoop. There's a bit of a hinge joint for the shoulder pauldrons. It's okay, these shoulder pads fall off all the time, and I find they tend to interfere quite a bit with the arm, and particularly with the sunglasses. I'd be very careful moving it around the sunglasses because I'm kind of afraid of breaking them there. As you can see, it easily interferes. If anything, I'd probably recommend taking these off while you do your poses. My mistake, it's not actually a single joint, there is a double joint in there. You just have to bend it into the correct position and you'll get more than a 90-degree angle in there. Now taking a closer look at the shoulder joint. It is a ball joint, but we also have a bit of a hinge in there as well. Don't think you can really see that on camera, but there is a slight hinge joint in there for backwards and forwards. The waist, you can also see the cockpit stickers in there. Decent side to side. Yeah, those shoulder pads are kind of painful. As for the bend in the waist, yeah, we get quite a fair bit of bend there. Get a decent ab crunch out of him. Backpack also comes off and folds backwards. I also forgot to almost explain the head articulation. We've got a fall forwards, fall backwards, side to side, whoops. This is actually pretty painful to get back on there. But we have a full 360-degree spin. As you can see, there's a pretty big cavity in there for the neck joint. There is also a hole down near the crutch or between the legs that allows for a display stand. Not too sure if I have one that'll fit that, but I might have to have a look later and see if I can. Then you can get some really wild poses out of this guy. Now let's just have a quick look at his backpack. This is one of the many accessories he comes with. Fortunately, these drills here don't really seem to be removable. I've tried, it's really difficult. You probably need like a chisel or some other thing to separate them. We do have a hinge and a slide mechanism on the wings, which allow you to pull it in and out so that you can do its stored pose on the back of the Gurren Lagann, as well as its flight pose. And again, there's those massive stickers that I was talking about. And this here is everything that the kit comes with. You get about 8 different hands, so you can recreate all the different poses and actions from the show. 2 pairs of sunglasses. I don't know why they've given us 2. Maybe so you can do like a dual wielding pose. I would have thought it'd be more for its ultimate attack, the Giga Drill Breaker, but we do not have a Giga Drill to do the pose with, so I don't know why they've given us two of these sunglasses. We have two drills which just slot into the hands, two different size drills, and the backpack and the Gurren Lagann itself. The hands are relatively easy to change out. They're on a ball joint, so if we just give it a slight pull, we can pull that one out. Stick in a new hand. This one here is particularly the weapon holding hand, but we also have a fist hand, an open palm hand, and there is a pointing hand, but I can't seem to find it for the other fist, so this one will just have to do. Now the way that you attach the weapons like the sunglasses, well, wrong way around I think. They just gently sit in the hand just like that. Now, this next part with the twin drills is a little bit harder. Kind of have to wiggle mine out. Now these fit in a certain way. I believe it goes that way. Yeah, there we go. Then you can attach a hand of your liking. In my case, I think I will go back to his fist. It takes a bit of effort to get him back in there. And there's another shoulder pad coming off. Yeah, you can see what I mean by these parts easily coming off, but thankfully they go back in there easily enough. As you can see there, we now have our twin drills. Another thing we can do is we can pop these sunglasses off. It's just held by two little pegs which fit in just between the two eyes there. I recommend you pull it out before you do the holding the sunglasses in the hand, because it's a bit silly to have the sunglasses on the chest and yet you've also got them in the hand. Now we'll have a look at our drill pieces. And now remove that other drill piece that I was talking about to you guys. And we're back to just this. I've removed the fist, and I'll now show you how to attach one of these drills. Yep, easily attached. Of course you have your standard elbow bend, but this drill's actually on a ball joint, so you can just rotate him all around as you feel you need to for whatever dynamic pose you want to use. Pull him back out, and we'll use our other drill. And for a size comparison, we have the Super Mini Pla Gao Geiger, the high grade Leo, and the master grade Double Zeta Gundam. So as you can see, it's roughly between the size of an average high grade and a Super Mini Pla. Now I'll grab out the ruler. Including the headrest, he's about 16 centimeters tall. So as you can see, with all these details, parts and accessory, you get quite a fair bit for your money. I think this cost me like 40 Australian dollars. Unfortunately I couldn't get it from my regular retailer, so I had to use a different one, which really killed me on the shipping. Is it worth the money? I think it's a little expensive for what it is. For that price I would have preferred something a little bit bigger or a few more accessories. Particular missing that Giga Drill, which I think would have looked fabulous, even though I don't know how it would work with this kit. after all is said and done, how do I rate this guy? I give him a 4 out of 5. I mean, he looks fantastic no matter what pose you put him in. The articulation is decent enough. There's no major flaws that make me dislike him or struggle to put him into a good pose. And he looks pretty faithful to the original design of the anime. All in all, a good 4 out of 5.